Hi, my name is Ustin Kompanets, and in this video I will explain you how you can increase your Instagram engagement and discovery up to 5 times in the next few days. I call this process the preparation because two most important parts which could improve your sales, your discovery, your engagement and so on Instagram are content and marketing. And we will cover these two topics on Instagram Mastery Masterclass, and if you hadn't registered yet, you can do it via the link in the description. And right now, let me explain you how you can prepare your Instagram account before we can dive into content and marketing. You need to understand how Instagram works with all of its secret algorithms. Let's assume that we have an Instagram account with 1000 followers. It could be a personal account or it could be account of your brand. Let's say if you do some product or services. So let's say you have a barbershop and you want to have some new sales, some new clients which go and come into your door. And what you have to do? For sure you should create the content. But in this video I will not cover in details everything you need to do. I will just show you how you can improve engagement without doing nothing. You shouldn't change nothing in your Instagram account promotion. All you have to do is to follow the steps I will explain you right now in this video. So, if you create a new post, and this could be any kind of content, it could be your new photo or video which you post into your feed, it could be Instagram story, it could be live. We move to the phase 1, which is named quality check number 1. So, in this phase, Instagram shows your content to a small amount of your audience. So let's say if you had 1000 followers and you post a new piece of content, Instagram will show it to 5 up to 10% of all your audience. And if we take a look here, we can see that you have some part of your followers which are real and some part of your followers which could be bots. And under bots, I mean that it could be commercial accounts, it could be fake accounts, it could be bots like accounts with no followers, with no content, just a fake created accounts. No matter what kind of content you post, they wouldn't interact with it in any way. They wouldn't comment it, like it, engage, save, and so on. So, what happens after you post this content? Instagram shows to around 50% of your followers the first part and around 50% of your content to another part. And in most cases, your bots are not like 100% of your account. They could be somewhere around 25 to 75%. And no matter how clean and how tidy you keep your Instagram, from time to time, the amount of bots on your account will grow up. And that's because a lot of mass followers, they try to follow your location, your hashtags, and new accounts just subscribe and follow you, and you cannot, in most cases, do nothing. But in the end of this video, actually, I will explain what you can do to avoid these fake accounts. And let's take a look what's going on next. So after some part of your followers, this 5 to 10% of your audience, sees your new post, it will show up to your real followers and to bot accounts. And bot accounts, they wouldn't interact in any way with your content, but your real followers, they would interact. They would like it, comment it, they could save it, they could share it, and it depends from the quality of your content. Because if you create a really high quality content for your target audience, not only a content which is appealing and is likable, shareable, but also if your target audience have some real value from this content, the people will like it and they will interact better with this kind of content. So Instagram sees, does it have some activity or no activity at all on your content? And if you have more bots on your account, the activity would go lower because these accounts wouldn't interact in any way with your content, and it means that Instagram would see that there is no activity, and here in phase 2, it's the first engagement feedback. Instagram would try to understand, like, do you have some interaction with your content you just published? Do you have some comments, like shares? Do people add it to bookmarks? Also, Instagram take a look on the account's quality, like what kind of accounts interact with your content, because some bots, they could interact with your content if it's a mass followers or some commercial accounts. For sure they could like it and they could comment on it, but in most cases they wouldn't share this content, and it means that the activity would be really low quality. And Instagram could understand that some kind of accounts which interact with your content, if they're low quality accounts, it gives almost the same answer as no activity. So it equals, like, low quality accounts, it's almost the same that no activity at all on your content. And then Instagram will make a feedback decision. So it will decide, is your content high quality or is your content low quality? But I have a remark here, and I want to hint that your content could be super high quality, but it's only for you and for people who really see and understand it, because Instagram is not a human, it's a machine, and using these signals, which I told you before, it will realize that your content is low quality content, and that would be the decision that it wouldn't shown to any people, and it would be actually the end. So what happens? Let's recap. So you have 1000 followers, Instagram shows your content to 5 to 10% is 500 to 1000 people, and if, let's say, 50% of that 1000 people are bots, they wouldn't interact with your content. Some of your followers would interact, but not everyone, because not everyone from your following list is people who are really interested in that content. So we will see that Instagram will mark that piece of content you shared as a low quality content, and it wouldn't show it to any people at all. This will be the end. Actually, Instagram could show it to smaller percentage, like 1, 2, 3 more percent of people, but you understand that this process will just loop and loop again, and the more bots you have on the other side, the more bots interact with your content, the not so perfect results we get in the end. If Instagram realizes that you have a high quality content, it would give a signal that this content needs to be shown more. And we have now the phase 3, which is called the second engagement feedback. So here in this phase 3, Instagram would do absolutely the same what I just explained you. It will compare the activity of your followers with your content. And if this activity is good, Instagram would go to phase 4, to phase 5, and these phases could just continue until some amount of your followers is reached. And the more bots you have, so the main idea of this video is that the more bots you have in your account, the fewer phases you will get from Instagram, and the fewer reach and discovery you will get from your overall followers list. So now let's recap everything I told you. So you have 1000 followers, you post a new piece of content, then this content is shown to your real followers and to bot and not real accounts that are following you. Then Instagram measures the activity with your content. If your content gets some activity and it gets some positive comments, likes, shares, bookmarks, you have a good feedback decision, and Instagram marks your content as a high quality content, and it shows to another 10% of your audience, then another 10%, and until some time, and that percentage varies somewhere between 30 to 50%, but Instagram wouldn't show it to all of your followers at all. This never happens in real life. So until some amount of your followers is reached, your content would be shown to small portions of your audience. And That part of audience in general would be the most active audience, but also Instagram shows your content to other part of your audience which is not so active, because it wants to understand, is your content relevant to that audience or not. And if your content is shown to bots, the sad thing happens. Instagram marks your content as a low quality, and actually it's not shown anymore to anyone. Okay, so what to do? What to do in this situation when you have some low quality followers in your account, which I call bots. So let's make a classification of bots. What kind of accounts we could call bots and why we should eliminate them. First of all, this is empty accounts which are not being in use for a long time. These accounts were created as a fake accounts. They don't have a profile picture, they don't have followers, followings, or any content inside of these accounts. And we should block this account firstly. The second type of bots are commercial accounts. Actually, this could be your competitors. The commercial accounts could be accounts with any number of followings, followers, posts, comments, etc. But it doesn't matter, because these accounts are created with only one idea in mind: to promote someone's product or service. And if these accounts are marketed not in the right way, they actually like and follow hashtags of the competitors. I mean you. If your hashtag is on their list, they would likely to be following you, to like, to comment, and these accounts should be blocked, because they doesn't make any sense to us. Even if they comment and like your content, they wouldn't buy from you, so you should block them. The third type of bots are accounts with 0 or 1 posts. It could be accounts which are created for some reason, but they don't have any publications, and any account with 0 to 1 post could be blocked safely, and they wouldn't harm or change nothing in your followers list. The next type of bots are mass followers. Actually, this is the most popular type which you should block, and this account have more than 1000 outgoing followings. So they follow more than 1000 people. Later you will see that mass followers will make up the biggest percentage of fake accounts which are following you. The next type is inactive for 90 days, except private accounts. So these are accounts which hadn't posted new content in the last 90 days. Then we have the inactive accounts for 60 days and inactive accounts for 30 days. So after you've blocked empty accounts, commercial accounts, accounts with 1 or 0 posts, all mass followers, all inactive for 90, 60, 30 days, you can move on to the private accounts and block these accounts with caution, because some of these accounts actually could be your potential customers, and you shouldn't block everyone who is private. But biggest part of private accounts are unnecessary and you can safely block them. And later, also by hand, you should delete all accounts which have 15 or less posts in their feed. Now I will show you how you can block these accounts and how you can clean up your profile. First of all, you need to go to your followers list, and right here you should click on any account which you don't know and which you are not sure is a good one. And you see this account have 2134 followings. So I click here on 3 dots and I click block. That's it. This account is blocked, and Instagram says that you can unblock them anytime from your profile. I go back and one by one I can see which accounts have more than 1000 followers, and I can safely block them. Why I do this? Because anyone who have more than 1000 followers isn't seeing what you post. Trust me, people who have a lot of followings, they just try to make other people follow them, and they are not interested in your content. All they want is to increase their followers amount. So you can safely block all those people. Also, if you don't want to block someone, you should click here on these 3 dots and after that you could remove this follower without notifying them. And that's what Instagram is saying, that we won't tell this account that they were removed from your followers. But it's not the great way, because these people, they could follow you again. And if this happens, you remember, you will get more bots in your followers list, and it will just make your activity worse, and your content will show up as a low quality content for Instagram. Also, there is a website which could show up the quality of your followers in your account, and let me show you how this works. The site name is hypeauditor.com, and actually it's a paid website, but for one report it's free. You can just totally test it out, and you shouldn't pay nothing for this. So you go to this website, you create an account, and after that you just add your account. Right now in this example I added my personal account, which isn't marketed a lot by me because it's my personal life and only people who know me personally follow this account. Also I have another accounts which I use for marketing or for my clients. So in this example I will show you what you can see here in this report. So this website, it shows up the audience quality score, and it just calculates all the accounts that are following you and give you these numbers. So I have 57.7% of real people. I have almost 5% of influencers who are following me. These are accounts with more than 5,000 followers. Also, I have a pretty big amount of mass followers at the moment, because I hadn't made a cleanup for at least 1 month till now, and I have 335 accounts which started following me, and they are mass followers. That's what I told you before. And actually I will block all of these accounts, and this needs to be a regular practice for you also, that you block all the mass followers which are following your account. And you may be wondering how you could do that. Do you need to do it manually? So my answer is yes and no. If you have a small accounts and you don't have a lot of followers, actually you can do it manually. It will take you maybe an hour or a few hours to manually scan all of accounts that are following you and decide which of those accounts are mass followers, bots, fake accounts, commercial accounts, and so on, and just unfollow them or block them. And if you have huge accounts which are more than few thousand followers, there are some automation services, and I will cover them in detail on Instagram Mastery Masterclass, so you should register under this video and you will see how to do it. And also this service, the Hype Auditor, it shows up some suspicious accounts, and the number here is 22.9%. But you shouldn't be scared, because suspicious accounts, they are suspicious, but they aren't bad accounts. It's not the exact number that all of these accounts should be blocked. No, some of these accounts could be private, some of these accounts could be accounts which are not posting regularly for at least last 30 days. So you will notice most part of these accounts, and after you make a cleanup, after you make some people unfollow your account, and after you block bots, this number would go lower, but it would be somewhere around 15%, and that's completely okay. Also here you can see some stats on your audience, from which states, countries and cities the people following your account came from. Also you can see the age and gender, the languages your followers are talking. And here, if I scroll down, I can see the audience reachability, which is pretty good in my account, and audience authenticity. You can see how I gain and lose followers, and this spikes down. They show up that from time to time, at least once per month, I clean up my account and I block some fake accounts. So that's why all of my followers go up and down, and that's completely okay. Because I don't want to have everyone on my account, only the best people. And also we have here some audience interests in which accounts following me are interested. Also there is some engagement rate, and you could see a lot of other parameters for your account. So that's it, that's how it works. And I have this Hyper Auditor award here that my account is spectacular, audience quality is excellent. And I hope after running these tests you will see how good your accounts are doing, and if they are not doing so well, you should block all the bots and mass followers as I showed you before. And also I invite you to visit my Instagram Mastery Masterclass, where we will cover 2 most important steps to growing and developing your Instagram, which are content creation and marketing of that content of you and your brand. Hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Ustin Kompaniyets. Use this new knowledge you gained, act now, and see you soon.